Hey deep divers, you've been hearing all this buzz about XRP, and I bet you're wondering, is it just hype, or is there actually something more to it, especially with those price predictions flying around? Some even saying XRP could hit $5, or even $30.
Yeah.
We're diving deep today into some expert analysis that suggests XRP could be on the verge of some serious gains. But before you dismiss it as just hype, let's break it down and look at the reasons behind these predictions.
What I find interesting is that these aren't just random guesses. This analysis is based on how XRP has been performing and some pretty interesting historical patterns.
Okay, so let's start with what's been going on with XRP. It's been on a roll, right?
Oh, absolutely. It just blasted through the $1 mark for the first time in almost 3 years.
Yeah.
And it's actually sitting comfortably at $1.55 right now. There's definitely a lot of excitement.
Okay, but why is breaking $1 such a big deal?
Well, for one thing, it's a huge psychological barrier. You know, traders and investors, they watch these round numbers, and breaking through them can trigger a whole wave of buying. But the next big challenge is $2, a price XRP hasn't seen since January of 2018. If it can reach that by the end of November, we're talking a 288% increase in just a month.
Wow.
We haven't seen that kind of jump in 7 years.
288%. Okay, now I'm starting to see where those $5 and $30 predictions are coming from. But how does this expert go from $2 to those huge numbers? It seems like a big leap.
Yeah, and that's where it gets really interesting. This analysis looks at XRP's price action back in March 2017, during that last big crypto bull run. Back then, XRP jumped from around 0.000056 to 0.0212 times in just 1 month, a 284% increase, really similar to what we're seeing now.
So they're seeing a similar pattern playing out. But just because they happened before doesn't mean it'll happen again, right?
Exactly. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. But here's where things get even more interesting. After that initial jump in March 2017, XRP went on an absolute tear. It rose by a mind-boggling 15,367% to hit $3.31 by January 2018.
15,000%? That's insane.
It is, and that's exactly what this analyst is highlighting. They're suggesting that if XRP closes November above $2, it could be the start of another massive bull run.
So they're saying history might repeat itself.
Right. But before we get ahead of ourselves, it's important to understand what this would mean in terms of market cap.
Go market cap. For those of us who aren't financial wizards, can you break down what that is?
Yeah.
And why it matters?
So imagine all the XRP out there, like a giant pie. Market cap is basically the size of that whole pie. So to hit $30 a slice, that XRP pie would have to grow to almost $1.7 trillion. To put that into perspective, that's bigger than the entire crypto market right now.
Whoa. Okay, so reaching $30 isn't just about XRP going up. I mean, the entire crypto landscape would need to explode in value. That's a bold prediction.
Yeah, it is.
But let's say this expert is right, and we do see this huge bull run. What could actually drive that kind of growth?
That is the million-dollar question. No one has a crystal ball, but there are some key things that could play a big role. Things like the regulatory landscape, becoming more favorable, and also institutional adoption increasing.
You mean big players like banks and investment funds getting into XRP?
Exactly. But let's unpack those a bit, starting with the regulatory side. One of the biggest uncertainties hanging over XRP has been its legal battles. There's been a lot of back and forth over whether it's a security or not. And all that uncertainty has made some investors nervous.
Right, because if it's classified as a security, that means a whole different set of rules.
Right.
It makes sense that investors would be cautious. So if that uncertainty goes away, it could be a big win for XRP.
Absolutely. A clearer and more favorable regulatory landscape could open the floodgates for institutional investment, and that's where things could get really interesting.
Because those institutional investors have a lot of money to play with.
Exactly. We're talking hedge funds, pension funds, endowments. The big players with deep pockets, they've been hesitant to jump into crypto, especially with assets like XRP, with those regulatory question marks. But we're starting to see signs that they're warming up to the idea.
So if they start pouring money into XRP, that could really push the price up.
It could. Remember, price is all about supply and demand. If demand from these big institutions surges, while the supply of XRP stays pretty much the same, well, that's a recipe for some serious price appreciation.
Okay, so the regulatory side and institutional adoption are two big pieces of the puzzle. But even if everything falls into place, isn't there still a chance things could go wrong? Crypto is known for being volatile.
Oh, you're absolutely right. It's crucial to be aware of the risks.
So what could derail this whole XRP train?
Well, The regulatory situation could always change. Suddenly, we could see stricter regulations that make it harder for institutions to invest, or even worse, some kind of legal crackdown. That would definitely put a stop to things.
Okay, so regulatory risk is a big one. What else?
Another risk is competition. The crypto space is constantly evolving. New projects are popping up all the time, some with similar functions to XRP, but without the regulatory baggage. So there's always a chance a competitor could emerge and steal XRP's thunder.
So we need to keep an eye on the competition. Anything else we should be wary of?
Well, there's always the wild card. Unforeseen events. The crypto market has been hit with unexpected things before, like sudden crashes, hacks, or even big regulatory crackdowns in other parts of the world. Those kinds of things can really shake up the industry and impact prices across the board.
So even if everything looks perfect for XRP, there's still plenty that could go wrong. I guess that's just the nature of investing, especially with something as unpredictable as crypto.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. It's so important to be balanced. Look at the potential rewards, but don't ignore the risks. And never invest more than you can afford to lose.
Solid advice. So after all of that, what's the main takeaway for our listeners?
I think the key takeaway is XRP has huge potential upside, but it also comes with significant risk. There are things that could push it to new highs, but also things that could send it crashing down. It's definitely a fascinating story to watch, and it'll be interesting to see how these predictions play out.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in those big numbers. I appreciate you bringing us back to reality. But let's play a little what-ifs game. What if XRP actually did hit $30? What would that mean for the whole crypto landscape?
Oh, that's a great question. If XRP reached that level, it wouldn't just be about XRP itself. It would be a massive change for the whole crypto market. It would probably mean that institutional adoption had gone mainstream, that regulatory concerns had mostly been sorted out, and that XRP was a major player in the global financial system.
So you're talking about crypto going from this kind of niche thing to being a core part of how the world works.
Exactly. It's all speculation, of course, but it's a fun thought experiment. Imagine a world where crypto isn't seen as risky, where it's not this friend asset class, but a legitimate and essential part of finance. Wow, that's the kind of impact a $30 XRP could have.
All right, deep divers. I think we've reached maximum depth for today. We've explored the reasons behind XRP's recent surge. We dove into those bold $5 and $30 predictions. And most importantly, we talked about both the potential rewards and the very real risks of this wild world of crypto.
Yeah. Hopefully you have a better understanding now of all the factors at play, so you can form your own opinions about XRP and its future.
Remember, everyone, this is just one perspective, one analysis. Keep exploring, keep learning, and always do your own research before making any investment decisions. Until next time, happy diving.